Harry Gant eliminated from the race because of the black flag. Here they come down off of corner number 4. Rob Moroso is going to win the Goodrich 200. The battle for second. No, it's won by Dale Earnhardt, I believe.
I think it was by a foot or so. I can't believe that Harry Gant lost his race. Rob Moroso on the pole and won the race, but what a tough break for Harry Gant.
This is the 12th Busch Grand National race here at the North Carolina Motor Speedway, and now 7 drivers have won from the pole. So that's a good position to start in here, it looks like, for this particular race.
After the restart, Jarrett quickly disposed of Ingram for the lead, and Spencer came along for the ride. With just 2 laps left, Spencer made his move, and when he pulled under Jarrett, the two touched. Jarrett went spinning as Spencer took the yellow and white together. The next time around, Spencer took the checkered flag while Jarrett, in his haste to catch up to Spencer, put Tommy Ellis and Max Prestwood in the wall. Jarrett would later join Spencer in victory lane, and while Spencer celebrated his first career wins, Jarrett was not happy with the outcome.
Martin is going to be able to close in, and I don't believe he's going to do it. Jeff Bodine, it appears, has this race in hand. He heads for turn number 3 now, as the race belongs to Jeff Bodine off of corner number 4. And indeed, Jeff Bodine is going to win the Country Squire Homes 200 Grand National Race. Martin is second, and Harry Gant right there in 3rd position as the checkered flag falls.
Bill Parsons finished 4th, and Rick Wilson in the 5th position.
Jeff Bodine with win number 6 in his Grand National career, and it's been a little bit more than a year since he was in victory lane at a Grand National race. Last time he won was right here in Darlington. Davy's going to come out with the lead, I believe.
Rick Mast might dive down on the inside of Mark Martin, might be able to get 2nd place.
And here is the vantage point of Rick Mast, who's right in the thick of things and battling for the lead, and a crash on the main straightaway as Davey Ellison goes into the wall.
And Mark Martin takes the lead, and the caution is out.
Here comes the completion of lap 198. The yellow flag comes out. That could be the end of the race. Davey Allison is against the retaining wall in turn number 1. Well, we saw the action develop as Rick Mast saw it. He will actually be the 2nd car to cross the line because the pace car will be the first as we end this race under caution. There's the checkered flag displayed, and Mark Martin from Batesville, Arkansas wins his 5th Busch Grand National race of his career. Finishing 2nd is going to be Eddie Ottinger. 3rd, Rick Mast. And I believe 4th is going to be
Dale Jarrett.
Dale Earnhardt will finish in 5th place. 6th would be Spencer. 7th would be Kenny Burks. 8th would be Tommy Ellis, 2 laps down. 9th, this is unofficial, of course, would be the 6th car of Tommy Houston. And in 10th position would be Kenny Wallace in car 36. Takes it down the backstretch for the final time this afternoon. We're on the last lap. Jan moves the car into turn number 3. He's about to win his 3rd consecutive Gatorade 200 here at Darlington. He comes off the 4th corner. Bill Parsons is right there, but he'll make no bid, and Harry Gant wins the Gatorade 200. There's Ed Witter to the car owner in the middle. Blue shirt, the white and short gas cap. I know he's feeling good, man. Yes, sir. who won the Winston Cup race here at Darlington earlier in the year, wins the Busch Grand National race this afternoon in fine shape. Drove a great race and held off challenges from Phil Parsons and Dale Earnhardt and the others in the closing lap.
Will the famous Cale Yarborough slingshot work on the last lap? He needs to make the move pretty quickly.
Schrader throwing a bit of a walk midway down that back straightaway, now eases into 3. Here they come. Harold Kinder has checkers in hand, ready to decide the Busch Clash 89. 3 competitors are up there, out of 4 and down to the line. To the inside comes Allison. Schrader holding on. Here they come at the stripe. Kenny Schrader out of Missouri makes it 2 perfect days on the pole yesterday. For the Daytona 500, he comes back and wins the Busch Clash this afternoon. How's that?
The 2 Fords just simply couldn't muscle enough power to draft past it. They just couldn't make a real run at him. Make up that difference. They've been picking up about 3/10 of a second a lap on Kenny Schrader, but they're simply running out of time.
Schrader making a very heady move 6 laps ago, coming out of turn number 2, using a couple of slower cars, is able to break the draft and streak away for a few moments, and now it seems to be paying off. Coming down to finish the first 125-mile qualifying race for 1989 at the Daytona International Speedway. It's Ken Schrader, the pole sitter, winning this event. Take a look at the final standings in this 125. Schrader coming home victorious. There's good news for J.D. McDuffie. He's made the field. Bad news for Connie Saylor and Kyle Petty. They did not make the cut. In victory lane, Dave Despain with the winner. Sterling Marlin maintains the second position in the race, car number 94. This is the final lap of the second 125-miler. Last year, Waltrip ran the distance 125 miles without a stop.
Chad Little crosses the stripe in the pit road to get the white flag.
So Terry Labonte and Junior Johnson bring the Ford home for its first time in this racing cauldron, a winner. Meanwhile, in second place and running out of fuel as he comes to the line is car number 94, Sterling Marlin, just coming across at about 80 miles an hour as he ran out of fuel up in turns 3 and 4 and coasted across the line. Here's Richard Petty completing the distance. And it's a wait-and-see situation as to exactly where they'll sort him out with the laps that he is down as to whether or not he will make the 500, go to the provisional, or worst of all for him, have to purchase a ride in this race that he has been in 28 of the 30 previous occasions. In the last lap, the interval is immense. It's a question of fuel. Can Waltrip hold out?
He could have coasted now, I think.
Yeah, he's about close enough now that he could coast across the start-finish line and still win.
Out of turn 4 after 17 years of effort. The Daytona 500 belongs to Franklin, Tennessee's Darrell Waltrip. He's done it. He's done it. Second place at stake to the line. Number 25. Schrader will take second. 7 seconds back, almost 8. And right behind him comes Dale Earnhardt. Do you believe it? What an incredible finish.
Hard to believe that he could go that far on a tank of fuel.
Will that gas tank ever get looked at the inspection?
Here they come off of the second corner. The battle for second place rages on. Earnhardt is trying desperately to hold off Alan Kulwicki. Points very valuable here. Kulwicki, however, moves to the inside in turn number 4. Here comes Rusty Wallace. He wins the Goodrich 500, and second place goes to Alan Kulwicki by a bumper.
And a close race also for 4th place, but Jeff Bodine just barely edged out Mark Martin.
What a race for second. I tell you what, Alan Kowicki was impressive today. I still got John Dodson tell him he's number 1.
In his rearview mirror as he looks back and sees Earnhardt closing in just a bit more. Into the third turn now. Waltrip continues his lead in the 17 car. Earnhardt about 100 yards back. They come off of the fourth turn. The checkered flag now being displayed, and it's displayed to Darrell Waltrip, who wins at the Atlanta 500. Darrell Waltrip has scored the victory here, his second win of the year. Earnhardt comes across the line in second place, but the day belongs to Darrell Waltrip.
That was a very good job. The new tire theory worked out. It was an exceptionally good job. All the guys did a good job, Paul. I think we saw a fantastic race today.
Out of turn 2 into the back straightaway. 5-car length advantage belongs to Wallace. Here comes Kowicki charging at the end. He picked up 3 car lengths down the straightaway in the backside, but at the line, Rusty Wallace records his second victory of 1989. That is his 12th Winston Cup victory. The margin, 49 100ths of a second. 19 lead changes among 7 drivers. 12 cautions, 67 laps under caution. And the Pontiac Excitement 400 is won by a Pontiac.
For second position, and Davey Allison, it appears, is going to have second. Yes, indeed, he's passed Jeff Bodine at the end of the backstretch, and Davey Allison is now in second position. Jeff Bodine in the number 5 car is in third. Here comes the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Harry Gant winning his 10th Winston Cup career win, and in second position is Davey Allison. Third is Jeff Bodine, and Harry wins his first Winston Cup race in September of 1985.
Congratulations, Harry Gant. That's what Davey Allison's saying.
Jeff Bodine. You know, Waddell Wilson called it there. He said, we just hope that we can hold off the guys behind us. He was not able to hold Davey Allison off. The Jeff Bodine car just simply couldn't do it.
To go the distance into turn number 3. Here they come for the checkered flag. It's going to be Rusty Wallace winning the Valleydale 500. Darrell Waltrip finishes in second position. Jeff Bodine is going to hold on to third. It was a tight battle between Jeff Bodine and Dick Trickle and the 28 car of Davey Allison.
It was a photo finish between Allison and the 84 car. 28 might have had it. That would be Davey Allison. Might have had the 84 car of Dick Trickle by just inches as it came across the start-finish line.
Is trying to challenge Alan Kowicki for second. Martin is up high in number 6.
Almost got into the wall, but here he comes on the outside again as to go into.
Here comes Earnhardt off the corner. He's going to win the race. The battle is for second position, and who's going to take it? Kowicki wins by 1 car length. Oh! Close action there for second position, but it was taken by Alan Kowicki as Mark Martin tried but couldn't get the job done. And I believe that Dick Trickle is going to finish 4th, and Terry Labonte unofficially in 5th position. Waltrip's final lap. He comes down the backstretch, halfway around on the final time. Now into turn 3 and in turn 4, where Jeff Bodine was taken out in the early race. Here comes Waltrip off the 4th corner. His hand is in the air, waving to the crowd, and Darrell Waltrip has won the Panel Sweatshirts 500 here at Martinsville. And the Tide crew is in celebration in victory in the pit area. Down the backstretch for the final time. Terry Labonte is looking right, looking left. Can't find the opportunity he needs. Davey Allison is right there in the middle of the racetrack. Let's see what Terry Labonte can do, if anything, and what Mark Martin can do. It could be that they'll just have to stay in line and finish this way. Here they come into the tri-oval.
The slow car will help. The slow car will help Davey Allison. Let's over, Davey. Get some air.
Let's watch. It's Davey Allison coming to the stripe. Terry Labonte right behind him. I don't think he's going to do it. No. Davey Allison wins the Winston 500 with Terry Labonte second and Mark Martin in third position.
Schrader looks for a little clean air.
What happened is Schrader drove the car in the corner just a little bit too hard, got the car pushing. He didn't make this mistake again, but I don't think he can make up the difference.
Just no time, Benny. They're coming down for the checkered flag now, Paul.
Wallace with a Pontiac Bauer and the checkered flag as Wallace picks up $200,000 and the Winston. The Winston has been won by Rusty Wallace, followed by Ken Schrader and then Dale Earnhardt. $200,000 on a single 15-mile long. 15 miles and 200 grand. Rusty Wallace is the winner. We'll be back to talk with Rusty right after this.
Larry Pearson once again.
Bill Elliott and Mark Martin are running side by side. Looks like Mark Martin, they're going to race it right to the line.
And that is a good battle as Bodine is pulled away in fourth, and Martin is challenging Elliott for the stripe. Coming down for the checkers, it is Darrell Waltrip for the fifth time. And there's a little bit of a slide coming to the line by Mark Martin, and across the stripe it'll be number 9, Bill Elliott for fifth. Bodine will finish in fourth today. Ken Schrader will be third, and it will be Sterling Marlin for second position, but it's all Waltrip.
Now less than a half lap to go. Earnhardt sets the car into turn number 3 for the final time, keeping it low on the racetrack down near that white line. He comes off of corner number 4. The fans cheer, and Dale Earnhardt has won the Budweiser 500. Terry Labonte Mark Martin finishes second, and Ken Schrader is third, with Terry Labonte fourth and Rusty Wallace in fifth. And Mark Martin draws alongside the Earnhardt car and says, "Nice race."
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Man, you are the toughest cat in the house today." Now, that's for sure.
If Rusty's going to do it, he's going to have to do it here. I don't think he's even going to make a challenge. Oh, he smokes the tires, gets sideways in corner number 11, and it appears as if Ricky Rudd is going to win the Banquet Frozen Foods 300. He waves the hand, he crosses the line, and Rudd wins with Wallace right behind him.
Well, you can see one happy crew there. They haven't won since they won the road race at Watkins Glen, New York last August. And they were very, very hungry for a win. And I'll tell you, this guy deserved it. He drove his heart out.
Yes, he did. Ricky Rudd really performed to perfection this afternoon at Sears Point International. And now Rusty Wallace pulls alongside, and they both wave to each other and say, "Nice job." Clean racing, no question about that here today.
Down the backstretch and through the tunnel turn. There is Gant, interval steady, ran close, could not find the leader, and as now Terry Labonte works his way down through the final corner. It is all his to win, and a sellout crowd is on its feet. The Ford fans glory, the Junior Johnson fans cheer. Terry Labonte has won the Miller High Life 500 here at Pocono, Pennsylvania, surviving the attrition, driving a magnificent race, coming from 23rd starting spot. That is the farthest back that anyone has ever come to win the race. We have a big smoke cloud in turn 3 on the final lap. A spin on the final lap for Ricky Rudd, last week's winner. Problems all day, frequent pit stops, and now a spin just as he was coming for the checkered flag. He was a couple of laps down at least, and as a result, that may not have that much impact on his final standing. He was able to save the car, keep it out of the concrete, and will bring it past the checkered flag as we end this 500-miler with a cloud of smoke for Rudd and a great celebration in the Junior Johnson camp for Terry Labonte, who has come home the winner here this afternoon. Dale.
The winner's check would be increased by $91,200.
He started outside of the front row.
About 0.05 of a second.
Coming out of 4. Wallace still closing, but too late. And the winner today is Bill Elliott. The Ford has come back to win here at Michigan, where it won 3 in a row. Ernie Elliott being congratulated.
7th victory on this track for that team. 2 2/100ths of a second the advantage.
So Bill Elliott's pulled it off. Rusty Wallace coming up to congratulate him after a tremendous run here at Michigan. You'll meet the winner of the 21st Michigan 400 in a moment.
Passed by Darrell Waltrip, who was successful here at this racetrack in February in the Daytona 500. Now, the cars set themselves into turn number 3. And Davy's wife,
that's
Morgan's wife, is just hoping and praying everything she has that Morgan can pull out the victory. Let's see, we have a battle for third position. The win is going to be by Davey Allison. He crosses the stripe and wins. Morgan is second, and Bill Parsons, I believe, got third at the last moment, passing Bill Elliott.
He sure did. There's Davey Allison, a happy fellow inside of that car. He's talking to his crew members now. Another battle to the line.
A whole bunch of cars coming down here side by side. That's Dick Trickle, Rusty Wallace,
Ricky Rudd. Rusty Wallace was a lap down. He made that unscheduled pit stop.
Bill Elliott moves on to the North straightaway. He is approaching the third and final corner of this racetrack. The number 9 Coors Melling Ford is on the 6-degree banking of turn number 3. He comes off the straightaway, the crowd on its feet. Here comes Bill Elliott for the final few feet, and he wins the AC Spark Plug 500. Bill Elliott with his second win of the 1989 season. Rusty Wallace finishes in second position. Third goes to Mark Martin. Fourth is Darrell Waltrip, and fifth position to Harry Gant. And Bill has the hand out the side of the car already, and Jeff Bodine is moving very, very slowly around the racetrack.
78th win, stays right there with him.
I think he'll try to make the move between turns 3 and 4 if he has enough. Let's see if he does. Terry Labonte's going to use that low line.
Pulls away a little. Halfway around.
Darrell Walter perhaps backed off to try to build some momentum. As he comes off of turn 4, he's going to try to build enough momentum to grab past him.
Closing. Waltrip moving up as they hit the tri-oval. Coming down. Terry Labonte in front. Waltrip looking for room, about 1,000 feet to go. To the inside comes Waltrip. He's there. They're almost side by side. To the line. Terry Labonte will win for the Junior Johnson crew. He did it for Mom. Said at the start, he'd won it for his mother, and by George, he did it. I'm sorry, Terry Labonte won it. That is his 9th win, and into second was Darrell Waltrip at the finish, almost doing it. So, Terry Labonte wins for the first time here. Darrell Waltrip comes home in second, and Mark Martin in third.
Officially in under yellow, as Mark Martin there is in second position following Rusty, and then will come Dale Earnhardt in third position. But here is Rusty Wallace. He finished second at Sears Point on the road course earlier this year. He comes out of corner number 7. He takes the checkered flag, and he wins the Budweiser at the Glen. Rusty Wallace has won. Mark Martin finishes second. Dale Earnhardt is third. And it's a big boost for Rusty Wallace, who came into the race 165 points behind Dale Earnhardt in the Winston Cup points battle. Earnhardt, of course, finishes third, so Rusty isn't going to gain that many points, but every one is very valuable in the battle for the Winston Cup. And the Unocal money will move up once again.
Rusty go ahead, 5-4.
Midway down the backstretch into turn number 3. Rusty Wallace, originally from Fenton, Missouri, St. Louis area, brings the car off of corner number 4. Here is the checkered flag, and Rusty Wallace has won the champion Spark Plug 400. Harry Gant, who was in second position, is slowing down. You can see him trying to get fuel to the car. Undoubtedly is out of fuel. Here comes Morgan Shepherd, and Morgan is going to take second as Harry rolled the dice and lost one position because of it.
Yeah, but I think he picked up some positions as a result of staying out there. I don't think he would have finished third if he had come in for gas, so it was a good move, even though he lost second position there as he came through the start-finish line.
Victory of 1989 and his 11th here at Bristol. Off of corner number 4, Darrell Waltrip wins the Busch 500 at Bristol International Raceway. Here comes second place, Alan Kowicki will finish second, Ricky Rudd third, and Harry Gant in fourth. Those cars on the lead lap. And in fifth is going to be Terry Labonte. Let's go to Jerry Punch. He becomes a two-time winner of this great event. Earnhardt in the GM Goodrich Chevrolet takes the car to the middle of the racetrack in turns number 3 and 4. He comes off of corner number 4 looking for the checkered flag. The fans are on their feet. He waves to them. The checkered flag is out and Earnhardt wins the Southern 500. And the Richard Childress crew celebrates. There's Richard Childress on the left side of your screen. And it's a big step toward the Winston Cup.
It certainly is. The momentum means a great deal. Picked up some extra points on everybody behind him and led the most laps, so that gave him the 5 bonus points, plus winning the race.
Kingdom for a thimble of gas, or it could be all. Down for the finish.
27's out of gas.
27 is running out of gas. Going into turn 3. Wallace is slowing down. Wallace is into 4. He's coming out of turn 4. The man in second is Earnhardt. Earnhardt trying to close, coming to the line. Number 27 wins it.
Harry Gant is out of gas on the back stretch.
Harry Gant is out of gas on the back stretch. Earnhardt coming across.
They're racing for position, Bodine and Gant.
To the line. Harry Gant is...
Oh, Gant got him.
Just about 3 feet over Bodine in this incredible finish. As Rusty Wallace, going down the back straightaway on the final lap, ran out of fuel, but was able to run to the finish line and take the checkers for his 6th win of 1989 and his first win in the Richmond 400.
To make the move soon if he's going to do it. He's still about a car length behind. They move into the 3rd and 4th corners. Dale Earnhardt has things in hand. Here they come off the 4th corner. A little bit of smoke from Mark Martin's car, but he's not going to do it. Dale Earnhardt wins the Peak Performance 500 with Mark Martin finishing a close second.
Well, what a race. Woo.
Here comes a battle between the number 10 and 15 cars. And it is for 8th and 9th position. Derek Cope winds up in 8th, and Brett Bodine in 9th position. That was indeed a battle for position between Cope and Brett Bodine.
Closing in on the leader.
Look at him fight the wheel coming off the corner. 2 laps to go.
And
Michael Waltrip has spun in turn number 1. The race could end under caution, or will it?
Michael's got his car rolling. He might get out of the way. We'll see.
He drives down the banking. The car is rolling, and the NASCAR officials, yes, the NASCAR officials wave the yellow flag, and this race is going to end under caution. Here comes Waltrip to the flag, and this is going to do it. The yellow and the white flags come out simultaneously. Darrell Waltrip has won. The checkered flag hasn't waved yet, but it's all over. The Thai crew celebrates as Darrell Waltrip wins his 4th Woody's 500 in a row. Make that his 3rd in a row. Let's go to the pit area. Jeff Hammond with a comment, the crew chief on this car.
Hendrick, what a year they've had on this racetrack.
What a great win for Kenny Schrader. It's just... to do it here in Charlotte. He always had the Talladega jinx against him. He just won that one race, and here he comes. This is going to be the biggest win of his life. This one right here will be bigger than Talladega to Kenny Schrader.
Cross the line. Checkers are out. Schrader's coming home. It'll be Harry Gant in the 2nd spot. Mark Martin will finish in 3rd, and Bill Elliott winds up in 4th position when it's over. 5th will go to Davey Allison. 6th to Derek Cope. And 7th at the finish is to Sterling Marlin. Moving up to 8th is Rusty Wallace. This will put him on top in the Winston standings. And we have a new record. We'll be confirming that for you for the 500-mile distance. It's set by Ken Schrader. The pride of Missouri has pulled it off for Chevy this afternoon in the All-Pro 500.
Of Dale Earnhardt, he's not going to be able to pass him at the moment. Let's see what happens on the final lap of the race. Here comes the field down for the white flag. 1 more to go. Rudd is inside of Dale Earnhardt as they go into turn number 1, and both of them spin.
And Jeff Bodine takes the lead.
spins along with Ricky Rudd. Here comes Jeff Bodine, who'll come down and win the Holly Farms 400. Bodine wins as both Earnhardt and Ricky Rudd spin on the last lap. And Rusty Wallace is going to finish ahead of Dale Earnhardt.
Wow. Short track racing. Well, maybe Rusty Wallace and them knew what they were doing by not coming into the pits. Wow.
The final short track race of 1980s of the decade ends. And boy, it had a tremendous ending. 30-year-old driver from Batesville, Arkansas, driver of the Strollite Ford, will win his first Winston Cup event. Here he is, moving through turns number 3 and 4. He sees the checkered flag ahead in the hands of Harold Kinder. He receives the checkered flag. Mark Martin wins. Number 32 in Winston Cup competition. He's through the dogleg on the backstretch, still maintaining the advantage over Terry Labonte, and there is Hut Strickland ahead of him. Here they come off of the 4th corner. Bill Elliott still with about 5-car length advantage on Terry Labonte. The checkered flag falls, and Bill Elliott wins the Outer Works 500. Terry Labonte finishes second, followed by Mark Martin, Darrell Waltrip. Then comes Dale Jarrett and Dale Earnhardt.
Dick Trickle finishes 7th, Terry Gant 8th, Michael Waltrip 9th, Jimmy Spencer 10th, Alan Kowicki 11th, Morgan Shepherd 12th. What an unbelievable finish.
The third win of 1989 for Bill Elliott, and there is the crew as they celebrate Bill's victory here at Phoenix, Arizona. He is about to put his name in the record books among the greats. Buck Baker, Lee Petty, Joe Weatherly, Ned Jarrett, David Pearson, Bobby Isaac, Benny Parsons, Cale Yarborough, Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, Terry Labonte, Darrell Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, and Bill Elliott. Here comes the checkered flag. There's the end of the race. Dale Earnhardt wins the Atlanta Journal 500. But Rusty Wallace has become the 1989 Winston Cup champion.
Bob, he is the 20th different driver to win the championship since it all started back in 1949.
Here comes Rusty Wallace finishing that last lap.
It's official now. There he crosses the line. Rusty Wallace wins the Winston Cup.